Hello guys, this is galacticmarine501's /JacksonWolfX, and again with the crazy get-ups. Okay, but anyway, yeah, there is a theme of Captain America get-ups running through this review. Today I have for you to review something that you probably won't be able to buy. It's not really retro, but it is not really new either. Captain America Iron Man figures. I think this is the Iron... I wanted to say Iron Patriot, but that's a completely different figure. But yeah, this is Captain America Iron Man. It's a really nice figure. This is supposedly after Captain America died, maybe? I don't know. I know Captain America was one of the only heroes to just die. I don't know, though. Because I know Bucky took his place, and he had a bladed shield. Which Captain America never needed. Never needed that bladed shield. But you can fold the peg on the shield down. And this peg is how it connects to the hand. Oh, crap. It folds either way. You just fold that out. Then you connect it to the arm. And by the way, this was available when Iron Man 1 was in theaters. Or no, after Iron Man 1 was out of theaters. And I believe when it was being released on DVD. This was in the ranks with others like the Hot Zone Iron Man, which doesn't have any of his weapons. I may review all of these at one point or another. This is my favorite version from this armor line. Something I really wish they replicated in the smaller scale. The stealth, the Zeros, I think it was like Zeros or stealth Exo or something. I don't remember exactly what they called it, but stealth armor. Here, it's pretty cool. It's got this backpack here. The wings shoot out, and you can compress them. Yeah. Also they had the Under Armour underwater prototype with torpedoes on the backpack. And just so you know, this torpedo canister, you'd pull these out one by one and lock them into the torpedo launcher, which is kind of annoying. But they did shoot pretty far, and you did get 3 rockets, and you had a place to store all 3 rockets, so yeah. But yeah, this Iron Patriot, decent figure. Now he does suffer from what every other Iron Man figure released around this time suffers from, which is these pieces falling off. These shoulder armors. They never stayed on terrifically, and they probably... And unless I glued them, they never will. Yeah. You can get the arms out about that far without him. You can get them out further, but they pop immediately right off. So, yeah. And I'm not going to glue them because this is kind of necessary for them to stay on. I could glue them so that they're up, but then you have... Just on this guy, on some of the others too, but on this guy it's really noticeable. You have that blue there. Yeah, he does have full articulation though. He's pretty good on that front. But yeah, when he's not using the shield, he can. He does have backpack straps, so he can store it on his back. And they are elastic. That was almost bad. I'm going to take off the shoulder armors to get this on. There, and I have to say, because the color scheme is red, white, and blue, those blue stripes aren't as bad as I thought they were. But yeah, and just in case you guys didn't figure this out, this isn't actually a Captain America costume. This is a Captain America hoodie. Underneath is a Nyan Cat t-shirt. Yeah, this is a joke that I'm going to not a costume party, but a Christmas party later today, and oh my god, my hair is atrocious. Oh my god, I have mask hair. Or hood hair. I don't know what to call Captain America's get up. Okay, so there we go. Finally, after all that effort, it sticks to his back. Now, being an Iron Man figure back then, they had to give him the goofy, for the kids, the goofy firing missile Gatling proton cannon thing that he never actually had. Yeah, I must have a bottom of a box full of these. You know what I would have rather they given him? Some extra articulation thing, like Carnage. For Carnage, all they did was they gave him two of the capture webs. I believe it was two. Yeah, two of these capture webs that they made for Venom in the smaller scale. And those are not very in-depth accessories, so yeah. And then they gave him fully articulated claws, which is pretty freaking sweet. Or rather, they give Iron Man, Captain America, Iron Man, maybe some type of better hip articulation than the standard ball joint hips that allow him to either go out like this and look accurate in the front, or to be able to kick his leg forward and have an obvious line in the front. And still, even with that, his legs didn't go that far forward, so I was storing them the accurate way most of the time. So yeah, it was kind of a disappointment there, but not really. I mean, yeah, these are designed to look at kids. But whereas I have to say the Spider-Man, the generic Spider-Man line that was around same time, these were pretty good. Now, Carnage, those articulated claws were cool. The Spider-Man, again, his fingers are articulated. All four fingers are articulated, so I can do this. Do I really want to? If I want to, I can have him doing the web hand. I can also have him looking at Venom, throwing an inappropriate gesture at Venom. Hang on. If I want to. I can also have him making a fist. The fist is harder to do because it doesn't look as good as a fist. But yeah. You know, a fist. The thumb is not articulated, but yeah. And the paint on this guy, I love this figure. This is the best Spider-Man figure I've ever gotten. And yeah. And for accessories, this guy came with only this stoplight with a Baxter Street sign. And it's gotten bent over time, but it was actually supposed to bend. I don't know what this was originally for, like what they intended you to be able to do with this. Whether they wanted you to have him use it as a melee weapon. Couldn't really hold it. Venom can. Venom could hold it. Oh yeah, and Venom's gimmick was, look at the jaw. He had a button in his back. Sort of all of them, this is the least accurate, and it's just a little button on the back. I could cut that off if I really wanted to, and then fill it in with putty and paint it. But I don't need to, because it actually doesn't look that bad. But if you really wanted to make him hold it, he can hold the Baxter Street sign and beat Spider-Man over the head with it, probably. Spider-Man can't hold it. His hands are too small. But yeah. I have to say, this Venom is actually light years ahead of his sadly broken animated counterpart. Though I like this design, the sort of mass of him. Here's the thing is, like, his leg joint is still messed up. He had a spin punch action, and it got taken out, so he can't really have his legs forward, which was the way he originally was. But yeah, what he could do is like deliver what I call the grab a guy by the head, like this, right there. Watch, grab him by the head, then boom, right to the face. That's what his arms, I think, were designed to do. If you had the guy's head right there, you just whack him. You'd end up whacking him in the face with his other fist. But his leg articulation got broken by my cousin, so yeah. And I can't find the screws. The screw holes are not there. There are no screw holes with this guy. So he's apparently glued together, which is bad for people like me who think that they can get in there to fix that. I did get a later version that was the web thing or whatever. There's another gimmick with it. I don't know what it was. I didn't really care at the time. I was just like, hey, let's get this to replace the Venom that I lost. So yeah. But yeah, if you see any of those of the either Spider-Man, generic Spider-Man, I think they're still running those generic Spider-Mans. They're on a later wave now. You probably won't be able to get those exact ones. Maybe the Carnage. The Carnage may still be there. But they also have the smaller Spider-Man figures. I still need a Carnage in that scale. Yeah. So, if you see any of these guys on eBay, pick them up. I'll do some more reviews of some of the Iron Man ones, including Stealth Iron Man, which was really foreshadowing to this movie with War Machine. But it wasn't really War Machine. Like, you'll see some differences. I wish I could get the War Machine in this scale, but they're ridiculously expensive. These were like $7.99 when they came out. The War Machine was $39 or something dollars. It's crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna show you one more of my Iron Man figures before I go. One of my favorites for the simple fact that it does something really weird that not a lot of them do. So yeah, it looks just like Iron Man, except he's got this crazy, he's got this crazy bronze thing in his chest instead of his normal repulsor. Here's Iron Man Mark III to show you what he should look like. Now what is this? This is actually the prototype, or not the prototype, it was another alternate figure that they gave you, that they didn't give you. They didn't give it to you. They released it. I didn't get these for free. Now, that would have been great, because some of them deserve to be free because they were just repainted better figures, but... Oh, and then there were special editions like this guy, the Silver Centurion, or the Iron Man Repulsor Red prototype. Yeah, so... Oh. Set one of those flying. So what you could do with this guy... Oh wait, there's one last piece. I'll get that. Just for the sake of authenticity. What you could do with this guy is rip the chest open. Having trouble with that these days. I haven't done this for quite a while, so... The paint is probably fused in there, is what's happening. Okay, you can rip this off. You can rip off the helmet first, revealing Robert Downey Jr. or Tony Stark. For those of you who weren't that opposed to him in this movie. Yeah. There. Okay, so finally you can rip the chest off, revealing some mechanics, and oh yeah, and there's a button on the back that allows you to push it, and then it dislodges this piece here, which allows you to switch it with the proper repulsor unit. I think the bronze one was the original repulsor, then the blue one is the one that Obadiah Stane stole. So it depends on which of the two outings of Iron Man Mark III you wish to replicate. The one where he blows up the tank, or the one where he blows up Ironmonger. Yeah, he never got much use out of these suits, it seems. Like, Iron Man 3 got trashed in that final battle. But, yeah. In the comics, he got much more use out of each armor. But they weren't restricted to one movie. There we go. Okay. So, there he is. The Iron Man armor as downgraded as it can go. Still has crazy earmuffs. The back of his head, but you can cover that up with the Iron Man head if you want. Have sort of a battle damaged Iron Man. I usually don't take this much armor off. I usually just take off I usually leave it completely armored, but just use the bronze repulsor. But yeah, because it's unique to this figure. I don't know. They may have made other variants. I didn't get all of the variants. I tried. I think I'm missing like 3. The the Iron Man Monger version, basically the Iron Man Monger repainted in Iron Man colors. They had a drill bit Iron Man, or like subterranean Iron Man. That was basically a subterranean version. But yeah. Yawn. Okay, I'll see you guys. I don't know what that last